Welcome to Class Bell in Laval, and we have a holiday treat for you as the Boston Fleet make their first appearance in Montreal this season. The Fleet still looking for their first win on the road, coming off a loss Friday night in Toronto. And it's not only Soderberg's first start this season, it's also her first against Montreal. The 26-year-old Swedish netminder earned 4 wins in her 7 starts last season. Last in between the pipes back on April 27th. For Boston. At the other end, Montreal's #1, and Renee Desbiens made 20 saves in the win over Minnesota Saturday, as 2 regular season and 3 playoff starts against Boston, but no wins yet. She'd sure like to change that tonight.
Oh, would she ever? And we talked to Coach Corey Chevry about the memory of this team, and is this a game they had circled in the calendar? She's had too many new players. We're not looking at it as a revenge game, but I gotta think some of these returning players, they are.
I'm looking at the captain, and, you know, Kristen O'Neill as well, who had a great goal output in those games, despite it being low scoring, able to get on the board twice in that playoff series. But of course, Boston making history, the first team to get a playoff sweep in the PWHL. But here we are back at Class Bell for the first time since playoffs, and a new chapter in the Montreal-Boston rivalry starts now.
And there's Kristen O'Neill with another face-off win.
Yeah, that league-leading 78% was on 73 draws, which means she's one of the players taking the most right now. Megan Keller tied with Hillary Knight as team points leader for the Fleet. 4 on the season now. Susanna Tapani finds Knight, back to Tapani, and it's wide. Board battle, and it'll be Abby Boreen picking it up. Boreen, a huge pickup for Montreal in the draft. Now Lena Ljungblom watching the puck in the neutral zone.
You look at a player like Abby Boreen, and what an absolute pickup for them. You're right, she's been fantastic so far this season.
Here comes Jennifer Gardner. Puts it on the body of Soderberg and into the crowd. But a big save there for Boston.
Jennifer Gardner, she joined the top line with Gulan and Stacy not so long ago, and I love this fit here. She comes in and just rips this puck up and off the beam and out. And what an absolute bullet from outside. This isn't a position you'd think that a player's going to be overly dangerous, but that one had a chance.
Yeah, she got her first goal on the power play in her PWHL debut, and that storyline, Becky, seems to be familiar for a lot of these rookie players, so all the teams finding that depth now. Jessica DiGirolamo able to steer it into the wall. Now far side, Kayla Barnes gonna get her stick on it. Boston going for a clear. Chasing it down is Rattray. Boston just looking to get going. Meanwhile, Montreal would like another first period goal. Stacy to tape, and they weren't able to do that up until Saturday's win against Minnesota.
They certainly haven't had a problem, though, with comebacks, and it doesn't seem to bother them at all when they're behind in games. Again, Coach Corey Chevry had mentioned that she likes it. She likes the adversity that her team has had to play through.
Still 1:08 left here on the Fleet power play. The first of the game. Keller looking for Bilka, and it's kept back. That's quick work by Erin Ambrose. This has been a solid penalty kill so far.
Just a little slow to move that puck, and Keller had Bard on the other side wide open early.
Coming in with speed, more into Shirley. Sophie Shirley takes the shot. Just wide. Mueller, far side, avoids the hit. Back out to Shirley. Along the wall, Morin, blue line. Out to Lauren Gable. She's got a power play goal on the season. Back out. Trade passes, and in front, no one there to grab the rebound right away. But Shirley feeling that shot through traffic as well. Lexia Gia out for the Fleet. Trying to get this power play going. Just 14 seconds left on the player advantage. Abby Boreen in the penalty box. Morin out again to Mueller. Patient. Back to Morin this time. And stopped by Desbiens. Boreen out of the penalty box, back to even strength. Boston still in possession. It's just Mueller and Shirley down low. Agia on the doorstep. O'Neill trying to get physical below the goal line.
Back down, Agia getting into it with Katie Taven along the near wall. Nana Shelbin for the Victoire. Kept in by Shirley now. Drop pass. There's a shot. DiGirolamo putting that one on Davian. Brandt out again. DiGirolamo. What a block. And now the Victoire will have their first crack at the power play. And just like that, both teams now will have a chance to play on the player advantage. Still goalless in Montreal.
Sophie Shirley to the box for a cross-check, and I think this one's going to get a little bit physical. Katie Taven starts that, trying to create some separation. She hits Lexi Agia. I don't think Boston liked that too much. There's another hit in front, Kristen O'Neill. And then here's your penalty cross-check on Laura Stacey. So that's 3 chippy hits, I would say. Daniela, is that what we call them? Not big hits, but they were chippy hits for sure. I think this game is gearing up to be a good one. And now the Victoire on the power play. The Royale Tigertown power play. Lena Jungblom takes it. Montreal. Barnes setting up. High slot. Poulin near side. Laura Stacey down low. Barnes back to Poulin. Stacey. Not quite. Back at the near corner this time. We'll have another chance. Jennifer Gardner also working behind the net. Stacey. Quick work by the Fleet to close in on Laura Stacey for the clear. Some changes to this power play. They haven't been operating 9.5%, so they haven't been operating anywhere near where they want to be. And Laura Stacey has taken that place out front of the net. She's gone net front on this unit. And coming in, Gardner, not quite. Taylor Gerard gets her stick on it. Just her 3rd game this season for Taylor Gerard. Gardner again, though, with Poulin. Rims it around Stacey, far side, picks it up. Back out to Barnes. Point shot. Blocked in front. Keller got a piece of that one. Well, again, some changes to that first power play unit. Kayla Barnes at the top. Typically, Erin Ambrose has taken that unit out, so she's going to come out with PP2. And this was the same trend we saw in the inaugural campaign, too, for Montreal. Effective 5-on-5. Here's Abby Boreen, though. She knows how to cut through a defense. Sends it around. Ambrose. Back down to Boreen. They look to get going. Maureen Murphy steers clear. Ambrose! It's turned aside. With a near wall. Back out. O'Neill to Ambrose. Ambrose walks in with a shot. What a block in front once more. Brown for Boston. Now Maureen Murphy circles back. Ambrose at one-timer. It's off the end boards that time. Katie Taven all kinds of fired up. Murphy, Boreen, they're right there on the doorstep, but turned around once more. Boreen and Taven looking to connect. Erin Ambrose left that loose backhand shot. These are wily chances for Montreal. 2 shots on their first power play of the game, but it's a good penalty kill, although are we going to get another chance here? Some business going on in the near corner. Well, Boston's taken another one, so this really is a great opportunity for Montreal. And that second unit of the power play was generating a lot of chances, and really it all came off of some good puck recovery. Abby Boreen down low. I love her in this spot. She was good there last year with Minnesota. I would suspect she can have some success there as well. And Erin Ambrose at the top, and one of her great skills is that she's able to get pucks through. And there's your penalty. That's a hit on the numbers. Sophie Shirley, who just came out of the penalty box. Well, and now with this power play, Montreal has had the most opportunities in the league. Can they make it count? Poulin in front, Jungblom and Gardner. It's kept out by Soderberg. What a sequence. Stacey gets it back. Quick pass to Barnes, far side. Their momentum was just rolling at the end of that one. Poulin in the slot with Jungblom. Back out, Barnes. So back-to-back power plays for Montreal, and Soderberg dialed in. Well, I like that shot. And you've got someone like Laura Stacey, big, tall body. She's going to screen the goaltender right out front. Kayla Barnes gets her head up and just throws this one on net. But this right off of the face-off, they get this chance. Now, this has got to be one of those opportunities where you think to yourself, nothing is dropping for us on the power play. And there's that shot. I love that shot. Gets it through. Traffic in front.
Only one player for Montreal scored against Boston on the power play last regular season. With those goals, Michaela Grant-Mentis in their final meeting of the regular season. A good clear there for the Fleet.
Definitely getting their zone time, though, Montreal right now on their power play. Now this first unit.
And you've got Poulin. She's coming through the middle. All kinds of room. She goes far side. Now a chance. Gardner in the slot, and it's a big save for Soderberg. Back out far side. Puck loose in the neutral zone.
Well, that was Stacey out front again, and she's wreaking havoc down low.
And Hannah Brand able to close out that lane for Poulin. This is big time penalty killing for the Fleet, as it is back-to-back. Now Barnes tries to shake off Bard. Back out Tabin. She had a big point shot. There's a one-timer. Broken stick from Kristen O'Neill. Wow, if that had connected. There was a lot of power in that shot.
Oh, that's one of those ones where you're cursing your stick. Bad timing.
Not meant to be for now, but another chance. Boreen flying down the far side, but there's the broken stick getting in the way. I guess Boston can thank the hockey gods for that one.
Well, sometimes you do just that. But a good power play for Boston, or for Montreal. And again, you wonder how it is that this power play, with the personnel that they have not been able to get on the board more often.
Another two-shot on goal power play opportunity for Montreal, but so far so good on the penalty kills for both teams. And Teresa Schaffsall out to Brown. As Boston now just trying to regroup, as it is 5-on-5. Katie Tabin looking to capitalize. Shots fairly low for both sides. Just under 8 minutes left. Now Knight, she's going to come in. There's the pass. That would have been something Dabney, but it's steered aside once again by Desbiens. It's the sixth shot on goal there. LaBelle, a bit of a soft touch on that shot. Doreen far side. Claire Dalton out for Montreal as well. Peshava. Then out to Tapani. Bilko watches it into the near corner, and Keppel picks it up. Over to Shelbin, and Alexandra LaBelle getting fancy with the passing. Getting it in possession. Claire Dalton now putting on a sharp angle. Had LaBelle on the doorstep. Another chance. What a shot! Grant-Mentis trying to get going. Montreal seeming to build here at home in Place Belle. Peshava and Bard protecting the zone. Alexia Gia keeping it for the Fleet. DiGirolamo along the far side. Desbiens playing it out. Nearly caught out of position. Gable and Lexia Gia getting to work down low, but that'll do. A moment to breathe, but two back-to-back solid penalty kills for the Boston Fleet to keep this a goalless game in the opening frame at Place Belle. Back to it, Boston coming out of the offensive zone, trying to re-enter, and Mueller chasing it down. Far corner, Keppel goes to rim it. Poulin, stick handling. Gets it past Mueller, up to Stacey. Patient with it, Poulin. No, that's stripped away by Rattray. There's a big body hit on the captain. Bard flips it down.
Nice little skill move by Poulin to kick that puck. She doesn't have a stick available.
Oh, now a chance for Boston. They can hang on. DiGirolamo just putting it to the near wall this time. Shea Maloney. They're unable to connect. Still, though, hanging out below the goal line of the Victoire now, far side. Maloney looking for it. Sophie Shirley and Morin through traffic. Pelkey trying to jump on it. Boston just needing to connect here. Get together. Shirley hit off the puck by Poulin. Jennifer Gardner.
That's a good shift for Boston as a momentum shift after the power plays to come down and get some zone time. Put Montreal on their heels a little bit, and that's Montreal's top line that they had hemmed in.
Katie Tabin had some good shots. And here comes Catherine Dubois. Putting on some speed. Bringing it all the way into Boston's end before Knight. Now carrying it out. Looking for the pass to Tapani. Sent around. Peshava, not quite. Katie Tabin this time. She was looking to get on the move with Claire George. Montreal trying to get a good entry here.
That's Montreal's fourth line against Boston's top line, so not a bad job.
Knight forced to play it back to Keller. Veteran leadership of the Fleet. Both with 4 points each on the season. Knight out to Bilka. Bilka, patient. Tapani in front. No, they can't connect. Keller right there, and this gives Montreal a chance. Kristen O'Neill with her new stick out to Youngbloom. What a stop by Soderberg, and another sprawling saves.
Just a great
action, my goodness.
Play by Kayla Barnes. She broke that play up at one end of the ice, goes down and gets an offensive opportunity at the other end of the ice.
Loose puck, DiGirolamo. That's it back for Boston. Montreal with just one more shot on goal than Boston, despite having sustained zone time. LaBelle. Tapani back out. Now the Fleet get to work. Morin through traffic. And even with the bounce, Davian collects it.
And it's an unusual story, I think, right now for Boston. Montreal, most of their opportunities have come when they've been on the power play, but at 5-on-5, Boston has been the better team. They've had bulk of the play. They're getting pucks through. And Davian does a good job to smother that. And they're a team that does a very good job at driving the net, getting traffic in front, taking away the goalie's eyes. So most of their offense does tend to come from the perimeter, but they've got those players in front to try to clean up the mess.
Just the 3 minutes in the opening frame to go. Doreen. Michelle Bin down low. Hit by Agia. Can that get the Fleet something in the offensive zone? Tabin. Lexi Agia back out. Out there with Schaffsall in white. Doreen far corner this time. Quick move, can't get the clear. Back to Shelvin. Now Abby Boreen trying to create a similar exit with O'Neill, but it gets sent back.
Some exits where they just haven't hit the tape, and sometimes you wonder if that's partly the way that Boston plays so physical.
Oh, and Boreen with a big hit delivered by Keller. No call on that one as Boston will play on. They're able to stop Abby Boreen, who's so good on her own. Kayla Barnes for Montreal. Can't keep it away. Poulin. She'll take it across ice pass to Barnes. Out this time to Wilgren. They'll trade up to Poulin now. Gardner, patient. Far side Barnes. Back down Laura Stacey, getting turned around. Wilgren. Trying to get the shot out. Stacey still hovering down low. That one off the end board. Gardner looking to collect far side. Whistle for a hand pass there, but
Megan Keller, who came into it as the hits leader, as she likes to throw the body, and this one is huge, right to Abby Boreen, nullifies that play. Megan Keller, another one that's so good offensively, but that's what she brings on the D side of the puck, and she is tough.
Patrick sends it around, catches the wall at an awkward angle. Desbiens nearly caught out of position. Good work by the Victoire to thwart that.
Well, that's not the home rink advantage. That's supposed to happen to the visiting team, I thought.
Don't know where the bounces are. Now Boston, final minute. Can they get going? Brandt just losing sight of the puck. And the Victoire. It's Dalton and Poulin. Dalton cuts in front, drives the net. She scores! Dalton, her first of the season, to get Montreal on the board.
Wow, what a goal by Claire Dalton. And I think everybody on the ice thought she was going to pass this puck. She's going coast to coast, her head's up. She's looking to dish to one of her line mates, pulls that to her backhand, sees she has the ice. Love how she sticks that right leg out, protects the puck, shields it as she drives to the net. She's getting whacked and hacked by Sydney Bard, but she's still able to keep that puck, drive to the back post and put it in. Just a great job protecting that puck.
I'm going to say it just like that. It's electric inside glass bell. This crowd was waiting to get on their feet. Final game of the 2024 calendar year, and Montreal would love to get their first regulation win at home. They do have a win on home ice this season. Bilka taking it around for Boston. They'd love to tie things up. Still 13 seconds left on the attack. Knight. Toppany keeps it herself. It's poked free. Still time to get a shot. Not quite. That will do through 20 minutes. A late period goal by Claire Dalton, still being celebrated inside Glass Bell. Mariah Keppel now with her first assist on the season, so she has points now in 2 games. Back to back, the Victoire with a 1-0 lead over Boston in this first meeting of the regular season. We'll have the first intermission coming up after the break. Jamie Lee, a very intense first period, going down just in that last minute before the second. What was said in the room to kind of rally the team up for this second period here?
Well, to be honest, not much. I thought we had a good period, right? We had a couple big kills. I mean, Emma was amazing in the net, and to be honest, I thought we had a really great period, and you know what? We got to get one now.
I mean, so much of this game, you play well, but the results don't come sometimes the way you want it to. How frustrating is it that you said, you played a great period, but right at the end there to get that one against you?
Yeah, I mean, hockey can be hard sometimes, right? It can't be forgiving, but we just got to keep working at it, and I think we'll be rewarded.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kelly and Jamie Lee Ratchet. I mean, here's the thing with Boston. They may be low scoring, at the fewest goals for last season, trending that way this time, Becky. But they do score. They've only been shut out once as a PWHL franchise. Now Megan Keller takes it around to Bilka. And as mentioned, they were able to get some shots on Anne-Renee Desbiens. But a chance right in front. Abby Boreen in close quarters. Don't want to give her any space near your crease.
No, and a nice little touch pass from Kristen O'Neill to her.
Toppany now. Knight comes in. Is there a rebound chance? No. Taken to the outside by Kristen O'Neill. As she drives the net. A little similar to Dalton there in her style.
I think she was looking for the same thing. It's a little harder, though, when you're coming down the left side of the ice as a lefty. It's a hard cut to the net. Hilary Knight did a good job to keep her out.
Boston captain just waiting for her team to regroup. Laura Stacey on the forecheck. Stay close here in the neutral zone. Barn tries to rim it. Brandt out to Knight. Anna Wilgren just closing out that lane. Poulin to Barnes once more. As they look for a clean exit. Can't get it. Bard. Oh, but here comes Jennifer Gardner. She's doing the work with the Victoire. Plays it out to Barnes. Kicks it out in front. Rattray able to get a stick on it.
Jennifer Gardner, she really has been impressive. And again, I love her on this line, but you see a little bit of her burst of speed.
Now Rattray. Just trying to keep it in the Victoire zone. It did take Boston some time in the first period to get that sustained pressure. on the attack.
Well, it's been one of the areas that Boston has struggled this year, sustained pressure.
And they have struggled on the road. 2 road games so far, but coming up a big stretch. And Courtney Kessel, head coach, telling us they do get 1 trip back home. And guess what? That's tomorrow, briefly before heading out to Minnesota, then Seattle. Here it is. If you're looking on your screen tonight, it's on the upper right corner. Then January 2nd, Fleet Cross, another rematch with the Victoire. That one happening next Sunday in Seattle. First game of the Takeover Tour.
Oh yeah, that's a big road trip, and they go home for a day, they do laundry, and then they're back on the road that 9-day stretch.
6 straight games. Now one of them, that Seattle game, is technically a home game, given that it is on neutral ice, but played on the road as it is. Schaffsall comes through. Chance for Gable. Stopped by Desbiens, being applauded by the crowd inside Place Bell. Keller out to Schaffsall now for the Fleet. Bit of a slower, more even pace here in the second period to start.
Well, we saw that a bit from Boston in their Toronto game. Just very happy to sit on the perimeter.
Oh, now Dubois with some room for Montreal. To George, the line. Barnes to Shelbin off the skate though. Lauren Gable can't keep it. Good takeaway by Tabin.
That's a good step up, just as Gable was looking for reinforcements.
And you've got Dalton back out for the Victoire. Dalton does have a hat trick in her PWHL career. Knows how to score in budgets if you can get her going. Schaffsall trying to fend for herself down the far side.
A couple of really nice step-ups by Montreal in the neutral zone to break up plays and create that dump-in.
Ambrose to Poulin. Got Boreen floating on the far side. Youngbloom. Poulin keeps it herself, draws attention her way. She's rubbed out along the boards. Boreen now back out. And the point. Keppel, an assist in this game, her first assist of the season. Poulin, the tough matchup there, facing Jessica DiGirolamo. Boreen can't get around Bard. Now Boston chasing it down is Knight. Knight coming in, has Bard in the slot, and Toppany. And the Victoire come away with it now. Poulin and Boreen. Abby Boreen with a pass down the middle. Still on the attack, Boreen. Back out, that could have connected. Gardner was in the slot. Yelepesheva has room, takes the shot, and there is a call on the ice.
Well, just as you were starting to see things open up, Montreal comes one way with numbers, Boston back the other way with numbers, and so you're starting to see things go end to end, and now we're going to see another penalty.
A checking call, and that will go against Boston, so Montreal now with their 3rd power play chance of the game.
Well, and again, you get a power play that's running at 9.5%, but you don't want to give them that many opportunities.
And that delay was just the officials making sure that all the players on the ice are the players, at least for Boston, who were there when the whistle went. That's the no escape rule for the PWHL. You know, when anyone's sneaking off back onto the bench, when they got to stay out there, this does give an extra advantage to the power play team. Back out. Erin Ambrose from the point. Kicked aside Soderberg. Far corner. Murphy back out to Ambrose. Knight trying to block the lane. Keller not quite. Steers back. Knight and Ambrose. Back out. Maureen Murphy comes in with a shot. It's blocked. That was deflected in front. Back out still. Montreal able to stay here in that penalty kill unit remaining from that face-off. Ambrose back out. There's another chance, but it catches friendly fire, and then it goes wide. Boreen was set for the tip-in.
It's a few good shots from the outside, just finding a way to get a stick on one of those.
So that was a good play by Desbiens, but now Boston comes in. Brandt, Knight, short-handed chance there for the Fleet, but Desbiens keeps it good, and that sets up Laura Stacey. She comes in, has support down low, and they can't get it by. Nina Youngbloom just this close to making something happen on the power play. Poulin. She comes in as Gardner with her. Cross ice to Stacy. Patient with it. Coming from the outside here, Barnes. Trading spaces this time. Poulin out to Barnes again. High slot. Keeps it. Patient. Back out. Poulin. Down low. Stacy. Right on the doorstep. Keeps it away. Looking for the wraparound. DiGirolamo doing the work for Boston.
Well, what a sequence of events. The shorthanded opportunity, the 2-on-1 the other way. Montreal coming back down and getting set.
Third Royale Tiger Towel paper towel power play for Montreal in the loose. Puck catching behind the net there. So 4 good shots on goal there for Montreal. Their best power play opportunity so far in the game, but still unable to get by Soderberg. Dalton, though, who did it 5-on-5, denied any entry there. Keller just laying the body as she does. Here are Gregg and Alexandra LaBelle for the Victoire. Not quite. Gerard gets it out to Pelkey in the neutral zone. She'll put it far corner. Toppany coming through is Gable. Can't get by. Now back in the neutral zone. Susanna Toppany able to, not quite. Looked like she was going to keep it for Boston. Does get it back. And Sydney Bard puts it. Long pass to Gable. Kept in this time by Schaafsal. Facing that pressure by Claire DeGeorge, and it's back out to Claire Dalton. Dalton trying to get it around and down. Back and forth we go in Place Bell. Now Montreal another chance. Keppel from the point. Quick play, but Ambrose a little quicker. Keeps it in for Montreal. Maureen Murphy sets up and into the netting it goes. So despite a flurry of action and a number of chances for Montreal, including their third power play of the game, still just a 1-0 lead for the Victoire to start the second period. Kristen O'Neill was hoping to come through the middle. The Fleet on the move.
Some good patience there to wait that out and try to find O'Neill coming in late.
Sophie Shirley just can't find a lane. Another block. Keeps Gardner tied up. It's Shea Maloney with a hit.
I think the referees in the stands were hoping for another power play off of that one.
Montreal with 3 chances so far in this game, unable to get going. They do have the last ranked power play in the league as it is.
And so surprising. We've seen some changes here tonight, though, to that power play.
Santa Toppany getting some defensive work in. Check that offensive, trying to get back out from behind the net of Desbiens. It's Tabin trying to get out of the zone. Peshova with the shot. Now Toppany backhand. Not quite. Bilka just could not corral it quick enough. Good sequence by Boston. Quick stick by Peshova to keep it away from O'Neill. Now Hannah Bilka comes in. Bilka, they score! Hillary Knight with the goal. But it was Hannah Bilka who set it all up to tie things at Place Bell.
Oh, that's just a beautiful pass. Boston, who's created a couple of 2-on-1 so far here tonight. Hillary Knight, that's the second one she's been on. You don't want to give her too many opportunities in those situations. As she puts her head down and she drives this net with speed to create the 2-on-1. Will turn over in the neutral zone, and then off they go. Bilka head up, using her speed, waits, and then just sauces that one in. Hillary Knight drives the net, gets a stick down, stick on the puck, and is able to get this one past Desbiens.
Hillary Knight had points in her first 4 games of the season. Now adds another, her 3rd goal of this season to make it 5 points so far. And Bilka adding an assist as well. Just like that, we're all tied up.
Knight just off to such a strong start.
And it is the 5-on-5 scoring that Boston has wanted to work on and get better at. It's a big goal there for the Fleet in that sense as well.
Yeah, and this is a team that plays in a lot of one-goal games, a lot of low-scoring games, and so you see them play solid defensively for the most part.
But LaBelle, who's trying to find some space in the middle. Grant Mentis out. Hasn't had as much time on the ice this game for the Victoire. Keppel as well, far side. Grant Mentis and Mueller getting at it across to Brown this time. Boston with another chance here. Going to go ahead. Rattray to Morin. I mean, these two teams know a thing or two about being tied. Their 4-game regular series, 2 overtime games, and then another chance for Boston. Not quite, as Morin let that one go. But yes, the 3 overtime games, as mentioned, in the playoffs.
On all low-scoring affairs, too. Tons of shots, low-scoring.
2-1, 2-1, and 3-2. Close things off in that 3-game series. Brown able to keep it away. Mueller. The Fleet going to get it up and out. Reaches Rattray, but there's Wilgren. Good work by the Victoire as the crowd now rallying their team. Dalton can't get through the neutral zone now. Barnes gives it a try. Kayla Barnes coming in. She's turned to the outside. Pesheva able to steer her into the far wall. Now Pesheva getting caught up. A chance here. Dubois holding on. Barnes setting up high slot shot. Blocked. Sophie Shirley feeling that one. And it's offside, so Pelkey's effort, but Boston doing all they can to help out Emma Soderberg, but a big goal by Captain Hillary Knight ties things up inside Class Bell. Bilka traded in there for Boston. They're in the offensive zone. Keller keeps it in from the point. Knight, the goal in this game so far. Tied things up here in the middle frame. Montreal looking for a way out here. Keller gets there first, but Stacy comes in too, and big hits in the corner. Keller.
It's a great job by Laura Stacy to get in on the forecheck, stay in, engage, and just be a pest down low.
The Fleet get it out, and it's Barnes and Bilka.
A couple players with some real familiarity in their college days, Team USA.
Bilka again. Oh, and that was an all-Montreal collision. DeGeorge out to Tabin this time. Montreal setting up here. That goes wide. Back out Dalton. DeGeorge gets it back. Big presence on the ice. Just out of reach for Dalton. Still, Montreal in the offensive zone, but we've got a penalty on the way. The crowd not liking this one. It is going to give the Fleet a chance on the power play.
No, I would imagine the crowd doesn't, neither does Corey Chevry, but this is an offensive zone penalty and not one that you're looking to take, especially when you're piggybacking this on a pretty good shift. There's your trip on Sydney Bard, and so Boston's going to take their unit to the power play. Second unit going to start.
Yeah, hooking call that puts Catherine Dubois in the penalty box, and so Boston now with their second power play of the game. Real's Tiger Towel, paper towel power play.
It's a great win along the wall for Montreal to get that puck down the ice and get the change.
This is what we saw as well with the Victoire being very effective on the penalty kill in the first period, but Morin comes in, puts it on, rebound chance. Gia with the shot. Big stop, Desbiens. And now, Kristen O'Neill, all in, shorthanded. She scores! It's a jailbreak for Kristen O'Neill and the Montreal Victoire.
the ice, and they got that change, because now you get Kristen O'Neill out onto the ice, one of your better penalty killers. She gets the opportunity, and she goes. And just like this game has gone all game, Boston has a chance at one end of the ice, it doesn't pan out, and Montreal goes, they get a chance at the other. Kristen O'Neill turns on the Jets, and she's in all alone, and that's a great read. She recognizes that puck's coming out, and she goes, finds the back of the net, and puts her team up. And that's a jailbreak.
Love the jailbreak rule in the PWHL, which means now back to even strength. Kristen O'Neill with that one. It's the second jailbreak of the season for the Victoire. Poulin able to get one shorthanded early on in the season.
Second goal this game for Montreal that comes late in a period as well.
It's also O'Neill's first goal of the season.
And she's been all around it. In the game against Minnesota, I thought she had a couple of really nice chances.
We got to talk over the crowd here, Becky. By the way, helping her on that was Claire Dalton. So she's now got a 2-point night after opening up scoring 5-on-5 in the opening frame. That's got to be a tough goal to give up for Boston as they look again to get the equalizer, especially when they were hoping to strike on that power play that seemed to be clicking very well heading into this game at 40%. So now 4 for 12 after that opportunity. Caught up along the goal line. Stacey Gardner back out through traffic just wide. Picked up Barnes. Back out this time Wilgren. Looking for Grant Mentis. Now a chance for Wilgren just wide. The bell on the doorstep. Back behind still. Montreal in control. Michaela Grant Mentis looking for a chance. She takes it around. No fire on that one. Back out Wilgren. Another chance here, far side. The angle, it works! She scores! Montreal regain the lead, and it's Anna Wilgren with her very first career goal.
Well, what a shift from Anna Wilgren. A couple of good shots. Montreal just heaps on the pressure. They've got a tired group of Boston defenders on the ice as they take the puck to the perimeter group. Michaela Grant Mentis just bans on this. She walks right to the middle. Wilgren looks, head up, finds the lane. Love the hesitation. Once she sees she's got that seam, she rips it. Just a patience, and then she fires.
Another rookie doing big things in the PWHL. That is her very first career point as well. What a time to get it, to make it 3-1 now over Boston. And we talked about how close these meetings have been between these two teams, so to get just that little bit of space on the board.
Well, Montreal, who hadn't been getting a lot of offense from the back end.
Shea Maloney trying to get it out. Katie Taven.
Well, and there's another icing, and that's how that whole flurry started last time. Boston ices the puck, Montreal gets the offensive zone, and then the time in zone.
Michaela Grant Mentis able to get the helper on that. Courtney Kessel looking on, wanting her team to regroup here. Still plenty of time in this period, though, approaching the final minute before heading back in that locker room. Soderberg in net, her first start of the season for the Fleet. Now another chance, a big test there. Ljungblom putting that on the pad. Keppel off the near wall. Now Ljungblom again. Abby Boreen through traffic, that just skips. Back out, another chance here as Montreal looking for those angles. Almost with the shot there, Aaron Ambrose plays it out to G. George. Coming in. Locked in front.
Montreal just has Boston on their heels right now. Again, those offensive zone draws, they're winning, and then they're getting possession and going to work.
Gardner pressed against the boards earlier now. Megan Keller, but time winding down here in the second period. Big collision, and Megan Keller still down. Chance for Montreal. Emma Soderberg with the save, but Megan Keller still down on the ice, and yeah, that's going to bring out some tension, some heavy hitting. To close that out, it's Rattray not liking what she saw as Megan Keller being helped up by her teammates.
Well, that was just an absolutely huge hit in the neutral zone, and no doubt Boston didn't like that. Megan Keller is a massive part of this team. That would be a huge loss if she's not able to come back out on the ice. And here comes Keller through the neutral zone, and then there's the hit, and I think they're going to look to see if that wasn't a shoulder into the head. Of course, they're really cracking down this season on those types of hits.
We saw Keller leaving the ice, and actually she's already headed obviously out to the locker room there, being assessed by team personnel. And then of course right after that, as soon as the whistle went and the period ended, that was it. Yeah, Dubois getting the brunt of it there from Rattray in the corner. So now the Fleet will head into the locker room knowing they're going to have that 5-minute major on the other side. After the break, our Kelly Gregg will speak with the Victoires. Anna Wilgren, as the second intermission gets going. It's 3-1 Montreal inside Class Bell. Here we go. A 5-minute major, big-time opportunity here for Boston to cut into that lead. And Bilka takes it out of the circle. Erin Ambrose, though, she'll have something to say about that. I mean, this is the other thing, Becky. Of course, Montreal has had time now to really settle into what they're going to do here on this penalty kill.
Well, and I love what Montreal did right off that opening face-off. Because it's a center ice face-off, they got the change as soon as the puck dropped.
Well, here's an even better sight for Boston fans. Megan Keller out on the ice. We weren't sure what her status was after that, so she's been assessed. She's back out. That is big for Boston.
Oh, that's just massive, especially on a 5-minute power play, because you know she's going to be quarterbacking the bulk of it.
Company at the dot for Boston. Montreal win. Barnes with a good shot around the board. Soderberg plays it out to Bard, but there's Poulin. Montreal shorthanded, getting at it. Keller settling it back, taking some patience. A minute down, 4 to go here. 5-on-4 for Boston. Keller out to Bard. Short pass to Toppany. Back down, Knight, patient. Oh, but a little bit too much sauce on that. Rolls into the neutral zone. Bard back to Keller now, setting something up. Megan Keller into the slot. Toppany able to still have a bit of control and take the shot on Davian.
It's just a bouncing puck. Keller looking to make a pass when maybe she needed to take the shot. She's coming in a left-handed shooter. Her stick's in the middle of the ice, and it looked like maybe she was going to be able to create that lane. She throws it in front instead. Nobody's really able to get much of a stick on it. You got to think when you get into that area, you want to pull the trigger.
Keller with an assist in the game so far on that first goal for Boston. We're up to 5 points, and you look at the rest of the defenders combined, they have 5 points. She's really carrying that as she did last season. Daniela Peshova in front, coming across with Shirley, unable to get the tip in. Peshova just firing some rockets, trying to get something down low. Shelbin sends it back.
I like that Peshova shot. She's got that flash screen coming, so that's a difficult save if it gets through.
Sophie Shirley. Cross ice, Peshova once more. That pass just wide. Shirley back up to Morin this time from the perimeter. Mueller still waiting on a first point this season. Alina Mueller back to Morin. Out to Peshova, one-timer. It's up high from the bodies in front. We talked about those block shots. Looking at the stats, the Victoire leading in this game. Back around. Penalty kill being patient, fired up, short-handed, LaBelle and Dalton. Alexia Gia forced to send the puck back into Boston's end.
Looked like Montreal might have another short-handed opportunity, and LaBelle and Dalton took off. If they'd been able to corral that puck, that was a 2-on-1.
Well, halfway through this 5-minute major here, Boston on the power play coming in as chance. Backhand by Bilka. Puts it behind the goal line. Poulin off the glass. Bard keeps it in. Once again, Keller takes the shot. Oh, and that catches Poulin. What a block! Oh, she must have felt that, but she's in the far corner. Keeping Boston away from it. Not just any Boston player. Their captain, Hillary Knight.
I'll tell you what, you see a block like that, though, that's your captain. I mean, that is leadership.
Time winding down here for the Fleet. In the 35 to go. Starting the third period. 5-minute power play. Bard in the neutral zone. Trying to connect your Laura Stacey, able to get in the way, and it's offside.
Boston just not able to come out with speed. They're waiting too long to make the pass, and then when they do, it's behind them. Poulin, you know, we just highlighted her in the intermission, and she comes across and gets down in front of this puck. That puck was not getting to the net, not on her watch. What a great defensive play. So often you see these talented players, you highlight what they do offensively, but so much of what makes Poulin great is what she does on the other side of the puck.
Back to it, neutral zone draw just outside Montreal zone. Caught up near the blue line. Quick tap by Tabin. Now Rattray. So there was no one sitting in the penalty box, by the way, for Montreal. So Derek Gregg, I believe, was the player who quickly went in there as we approach the final minute.
I wonder how that happens.
I guess they just didn't see. Obviously, Dubois left. She had the game misconduct, so she couldn't stay in the game. But there is a body in the penalty box now, everyone. And 40 seconds to go for Montreal to bring it back to even strength. Boston, though, needing to cut into this lead. Knight with the pass in. Bilka forced to the outside by Boreen. And into the neutral zone. 25 seconds left here. Boston with the advantage, but aggressive forecheck from Boreen. So far, no shots on Desbiens. Zanatapani coming in, puts the shot on.
That's the best opportunity they've had on this power play, and Boston just turning pucks over. They don't look like they're on the same page right now. You've seen a number of these. Turnover here as Bilka comes up the wall, looks to hit Megan Keller. Keller goes the opposite direction, so again, just a bit of a miscue. This is a nice play, though. Tapani on her offside. She's lefty coming down that right wing, cuts to the middle and releases that shot. Best chance they've had on this power play with just 7 seconds left now.
Now that's it, 7 seconds. Derek Gregg standing in the penalty box right now. Forcing in place for Dubois, who received the major and the game misconduct. And there's the crowd's reaction to tell you we are back to even strength inside Class Bell. I mean, that's how you build confidence. And now still with a 2-goal lead is Montreal. Coming in on the rush, Wilgren. Oh, that caught the official. So just unfortunate timing there for Montreal. Poulin and Tapani in the circle. Victoire working out of their own end. Pejeva reaching for it. Megan Keller, as mentioned, able to start this third period after taking a hard hit to end the second. Zanatapani keeps it herself. Back down, Hillary Knight. And Knight at another. Trying to sustain some pressure here. Daniela Pejeva comes in. That shot stopped. Wilgren protecting. Some good work by Montreal.
Well, just smart play to know when you want to get the puck in deep, go back at your forecheck. You got that 2-goal lead, just over half a period to play, so you're not sitting back on it, but you're playing smart.
Anna Wilgren picks it up. Deep in the zone. They want to add a little bit more distance. Does the Victoire. Only one ever game that has ended with a 2-goal lead between these two in all their meetings through the regular season and playoffs. Did go the Victoire's way that time. Dalton digging in. Just like that, pressure. Maloney for Boston. Legia as well. Boston still looking for their first road win, but now, oh, Derek Gregg had a touch. Dalton sends it back, and they get a fresh shift out.
You know, they got away with one there. That pass to the middle looked like it was going to be picked off and sent back in on the offense.
Oh, Rattray comes in, swarmed by the Victoire. Tabin very quick with the clears. Bard rims it around. Mueller, far side. Tabin, though, kicking it out from under her, and down goes Mueller. Shelbin there from the point, just wide. DiGirolamo trying to create something. O'Neill out to Anna Shelbin. Here come Montreal. Laura Stacey in the slot. Blocked by DiGirolamo. We approach the final 11 minutes of the third period. Kept in Kristen O'Neill now. She comes in. Just can't get around Sydney Bard. Maureen Murphy back out. Erin Ambrose holds on. Ambrose and Bard getting to it right in front. LaBelle perfectly positioned, but a big save by Soderberg. Is this going to set Boston up? No, they go for the change. The Fleet needing to cut into this lead.
Well, that's just a great play down low by Erin Ambrose to protect the puck and then get it out front for that scoring chance.
Keller back to Peshova. Up tonight this time. Trying to keep control. As Barnes gets it back out to Wilgren. And Tapani lays the hit. No good for Boston, though. Montreal still there, and it will draw the penalty.
Tapani laid the hit, then Maureen Murphy didn't like it, gave her a chop on the ankles. Referee was standing right there. That is not a good penalty to take. We talked about the emotions running high, and you've got to be able to control your emotions. It was a good, clean hit. So the retaliation was not needed.
That was a slashing call for that action, and so
take a look at this play down low, and Erin Ambrose, what a great job protecting the puck until she can find that lane out front to hit LaBelle. And here again is the penalty, and there's Tapani with the big hit, and then the slash for her efforts.
So Boston given another chance here, their fourth power play of the game. Back out Keller. Now Tapani has Bilka down low, but Montreal's penalty kill just coming through, shining big time.
We've talked about Boston just not looking like they're on right now, and there again, an unforced error. You ice the puck on your own power play, and so we saw them so connected in the previous games, seeming to know where each other were going to be. Looked like a team that was mid-season form on their power play. Now they look like they're back to preseason, just not being able to figure out where each other is going to be.
Fourth Royale, Tiger Towel, Paper Towel, power play for the Boston Fleet. One of them was cut short real quick when Kristen O'Neill got her jailbreak, but then full 5 minutes right off the top to start the third period, unable to score. Bilka, in fact, only had one shot on goal, and they're being denied once more. Dalton coming in, hungry to get that shorthanded jailbreak. O'Neill nearly capitalizing, just swarming in close. Tapani tonight. She puts it on an angle and deflected into the netting.
I think right now for Boston, it's a matter of keeping things simple. You see an opening, you make that pass, you make that play. Looks like they're handling the puck a little bit too much, second-guessing their decisions, and then they're making the hard play. Of course, Montreal doing a good job just to clog things up, take away those lanes. And of course, Boston right back down the ice.
Now they have Lexia Gia centering. on the power play, especially during her time with Ottawa. The trade to Boston last season. Gia up to Morin and Mueller now. Forced to be patient. Hold on as Stacey's there. Morin back to Mueller. Mueller down low. Shirley trying to get that movement to Gia. Looking to pass it out, but now Laura Stacey short-handed. She'll just go for the dump. Why not? Go for the change.
Montreal once again with some really good sticks in the lanes, taking away the passes.
And just set 30 seconds now remaining on this Boston power play. This has got to be tough for the Fleet. They're flying high, and the bulk of their goals on the player advantage coming into this one now. Still short-handed. Montreal in front. Just wide out to Barnes. 7 seconds remain. Boston on the move. Jamie Lee Rattray trying to make something happen to Gia with the shot just wide. Out DiGirolamo, we're back to even strength. Maureen Murphy back out on the ice for Montreal, but this momentum here coming off the end of that power play through traffic. Brown finds a Gia. No one there to help out as Kayla Barnes takes it away.
That's just another great penalty kill for Montreal. And
how about Hannah Brandt nearly turning it over, taking it back, and Rattray just can't get going, and she's frustrated with Kayla Barnes, puts her into the boards, and now tensions were already high. They're boiling over.
Well, that's Rattray and Barnes this time around, and Barnes gives Rattray a shot. Rattray gives one right back and then gives her a second one. I think there might have been a little embellishment at the end there, trying to draw the penalty. Not so sure if it's going to work, if they're going to take both.
Well, Rattray is definitely on her way to the penalty box, so it appears Montreal will head to the power play after this. They still have a 2-goal lead. It's 3-1 inside Glassfell.
Kayla Barnes may have a job in sales when her hockey career is done, because she sold this one as she gets into it with Jamie Lee Rattray. Rattray gives her a shot. She turns to the official and says, that's a penalty. She didn't get the penalty, so she sold that one just a little bit. It works, though. Rattray's going to the penalty box, and Montreal's going to go to the power play.
Yeah, their fourth Royal Tiger Towel, paper towel power play of the game. Unable to get going on their 3 opportunities before this. 7 shots, though, on the player advantage so far. The Fleet are looking to mount this comeback. Well, that'll do it. A good clear there. Whacked in by DiGirolamo.
It's one of those games where you can just feel the frustration for Boston right now.
And these two teams will meet again very soon. I can't get over the fact it's this upcoming Sunday. They'll be in Seattle. Expect some fireworks once more. Barnes, Montreal on the power play. They could extend the lead here. Poulin, Stacey, back in front. What a save! Youngbloom with a massive shot on Soderberg. Back out Gardner now. The feed to Barnes, back to Poulin. Top of the circle, Barnes, high slot. Patient, Gardner. Trading places, finding a lane, Poulin. Trying to close in Barnes as well. Create that movement, Stacey is on the doorstep. Gardner catches Brandt's body, and Montreal gets it back as Gardner out to Poulin this time on the power play. One-timer by Youngbloom goes into the netting. She was positioned well, though.
Well, I like the puck movement on this power play, and specifically that play from Poulin down low to Stacey. She's been really good in that low spot. She drops out wide, gets her stick open, and then waits to draw that defender in to open up that bumper position and get that quick one-time shot off. What a great chance. Youngbloom coming in on her forehand, gets the one-timer off.
Kristen O'Neill in the face-off circle for the Victoire. Erin Ambrose, she'll keep it in from the line. That time, no, it skirts by. Taylor Gerard trying to jump on it. At least just put that pressure back in Montreal's end. Time now working for the Victoire, approaching the final 6 minutes in the third period. 23 seconds left on this Montreal power play. Far side. Another chance here. Katie Tabin setting up, working with Ambrose. Ambrose is blocked in front. I think it was Shea Maloney. stop that one. Still at it, Montreal. Another chance, sharp angle, Soderberg kicks it aside. Back out Maureen Murphy, now Rattray is back on the ice, even strength in front. Quick point shot by Ambrose, nearly trickles in. The crowd reacting to that, but Boston now needing to get going if they want to cut into this lead. Kristen O'Neill flying in. Just buzzing around the net. Keppel, Shelbin in front. Kick save, Soderberg. Back out. Montreal just rolling with the momentum from that power play.
Well, just hard to believe that this is a power play that's sitting last in the league with so many opportunities.
Oh, Grant Mentis keeps it. Grant Mentis comes in. Soderberg with the save, crashing the net. Still alive. There's the whistle.
Montreal just pouring it on right now. All sorts of chances off of the power play, and then this shift following up the power play. Boston keeps them at bay.
Less than 5 minutes left in the third period, and Montreal not only with a 2-goal lead, but also shot volume now 30-18.
Yeah, they've really controlled this game, and Montreal just playing things, executing their game plan. Boston really struggling to get anything going.
And that included a 5-minute penalty kill that Montreal had to fend off to start the third period. Emma Soderberg in net. It is her first start ever against Montreal. First of the season. Just had 3 recent games though with Team Sweden. Internationally.
She saw a whole bunch of Toronto last year. 4 games against Toronto, but never against Montreal. A couple against Minnesota, a couple against New York.
Oh, and there's a big hit. Anna Wilgren gets her first PWHL point and then lays a hit like that.
She saw Rattray coming in for her, and she braced herself and threw it right back at her.
Ina Ljungblom feeds it back down, and Montreal could do this all day when it comes to it. They've got the lead, well established. Taven puts it on the body of Soderberg. Toppany and try to bury Boston in their own end. There's a broken stick as well out on the ice. Morin, Toppany. Cross ice tonight into the far corner. Bilka gets their first pressured into the perimeter. Bilka again sends it back. Trying to set something up is Boston Knight. Off the wall. Off the glass that time, Shelbin. Megan Keller to Morin. Shot deflected. Far corner picked up again by a Fleet familiar. Keller through traffic. Morin. The half wall back to Knight. Amanda Pelkey, time winding down, approaching the final 2.5 minutes here. Keller setting up. It is 6-on-5 now. Empty net for Boston. Poulin with the separation on Morin. There is an empty net as mentioned, and Bourrine is pinched out, and we've got another penalty. It's just that kind of game.
Well, it is just that kind of game, and right before this we saw a big hit on Rattray. Now we see another one down low. Poulin with the initial hit, and like we said before, she's a big, strong player. Rattray with a little bit of emotion when she came back to the bench, and here comes Poulin, just drops that shoulder, throws the hit. She takes a little bit of abuse. Taven comes right into defender captain.
Yeah, and it's Taven taking
and there's that
penalty.
Big hit on Rattray. Wilgren, who saw her coming. Rattray goes to the bench. She is not happy. The frustrations, like I said, and this is one of those games you've all been in them as a player from Boston's perspective, which is nothing is going the way you want it to.
And they're going to go 6-on-4. They pulled Soderberg. Opportunity here. Can they cut the lead? That won't do it, though, as now the chase is on it. And Poulin, can you get there before? Just sacrificing her body is Hannah Bilka to stop that. That's the stuff of nightmares for players.
Well, Poulin's trying to get body position, and she throws her body in front.
That empty net is so dangerous right now. So 6-on-4 because it is a Boston power play. They are down by 2. desperate to get on the board. Toppany taking a hit by Stacy, and that loose puck goes in the far corner. Keller gets there one-on-one with Stacy. Pelkey. Now Bilka, Boston, still in this. Less than 2 minutes to go on the power play. Toppany one-timer doesn't fire. Barnes down low, still an empty net for Boston. So dangerous, Beshava, and now Barnes. DiGirolamo for Boston, though, and they've just got to connect on these passes to keep them alive. Barnes, though, takes it away. Oh, and that was stopped by Desbiens. What a bizarre angle.
I'm not sure that puck went exactly where Barnes was looking at.
They're having some work.
But we say Montreal is not done playing a physical game, throwing the body, and that more was to come. You watch Poulin on this race with Bilka. She is determined she's going to beat this out. She's looking for body position, throws that body to try to get inside as she chases that puck down the ice. Laura Stacy threw another one later on in that shift.
Down by 2, less than a minute to go here on the power play for Boston. 6-on-4, they've come in. And Desbiens able to glove that. Desbiens not really tested here in the third period.
No, she really hasn't been tested, and a lot of the shots have come from outside. Now, where again Boston's dangerous is when they get traffic. No traffic in front on that shot, and Desbiens can see it all the way into the glove. There's that seam, the shot. Desbiens sees that, gloves that down.
Now, Fleet head coach Courtney Kessel saying a lot of their power play goals before they have this season so far have been not necessarily pretty goals, ugly goals, down doing the gritty work, and time not on their side right now. Less than 1:20 in the period, 44 seconds on a Boston power play, but there's an empty net, so they've got to rush to it. Keller gets it there. Stacy still swarming in case she can make something happen. Keller looking up ice. Boston still doing what they can, but they're in the final minute. Time is of the essence. 22 seconds left on this power play where it's 6-on-4. Toppany trying to get there before Wilgren. Keller. Oh, and it's dislodged by Poulin.
That's another great play by Poulin. A good stick. Get inside and poke that puck down the ice.
Can Pelkey make something happen for the Fleet? The Victoire coming in with control in this game, and despite all the penalty trouble, looking to hang on here. As we're in the final 30 seconds, and we're back. Well, not quite even strength. It's still empty net. Toppany coming in, tries to take the shot. Barnes with the block. Daniela Beshava tries to throw it on net. 15 seconds and a bouncy puck. It won't get into the empty net as the time winds down. 10 seconds remain. Crowd on their feet.
Oh, no doubt this crowd is on their feet. They gotta love what they've seen from their team. And there's another block by Kayla Barnes. And again, your big players are having big games defensively.
8.2 seconds. Lexia Gia for Boston in the face-off circle. Not interested in taking this to any extra time, and it will certainly be Montreal win, their first at home on the season. A 3-1 finish over Boston. It also makes it 4 straight wins, a new team record. Meanwhile, Montreal, well, they're back against Boston Sunday in Seattle. Big-time home win for the Montreal Victoire, 3-1 over Boston. Goals from Claire Dalton, Kristen O'Neill, and Anna Wilgren. On behalf of Becky Keller, Kelly Gregg, our production crew, and the PWHL, I am Daniela Ponticelli, signing off from Place Belle. Good night, and Happy New Year.